Hello.
Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody can see and hear us. I'd really love a confirmation that you can both see and hear us in the chat if possible. I'll be glancing over there. I have a huge gift for you today. We have Mackenzie Lyng, and she is an amazing, amazing member that joined our team recently, and she'll be driving our community in PowerApps. She has a big background in community, a strong knowledge of our platforms for Lithium and user voice, and she works with a whole group of people that are dedicated to making it easier for you to find things, for you to give your ideas, for you to get involved with us, like at the Ask Microsoft Anything events. So you're gonna really enjoy getting to know Mackenzie. She went to the University of Alabama, so any of you from Alabama, please kind of give us a shout out. Let us know if you know that university. And I'm going to turn it over to Mackenzie to tell us a little bit first about herself, and then she can start telling us a little bit about what she's been doing in the community.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Audrey. Hi, everyone. My name is Mackenzie Lyng. You've probably seen my name floating around the community some. I'm definitely been a part of the community as far as the AMA events, posting to the community blog, etc. Bit about myself. I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. Went to the University of Alabama, Roll Tide. Fortunately, we just lost to Auburn, which is sad, but it's okay. We all lose at some point. But yeah, I studied public relations there and had a strong emphasis on digital communities, social media marketing, and just digital marketing analytics. After I graduated, I moved up here to Seattle and actually worked on the Microsoft parent brand social media channels, which include Instagram, Facebook. So if you were to just go into your browser, type in Facebook, search Microsoft. That was my previous team. We ran all those platforms. Then I switched. I
didn't even know that about you.
Yeah. That's what really brought me up here. And then after that job, I switched over to Power BI, Power Apps, and Flow.
She's worked in the whole family on the business application platform. The whole family. She's worked across all of them. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, so I'm very familiar with not just the Power Apps community, but the Flow community, as well as the Power BI community, and formerly the Stream community, but they just migrated to the tech communities.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've been working on the team, I think, since last August, it's been last August. I'm now specifically focused on the Power Apps community, and that's what we're going to talk about today.
So would you show us some of the things you've been doing?
Yes.
I can't wait to see.
Sure. All right.
And then we'll just have you bounce over. Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. So, there's my avatar right there. So if you see my name, my avatar, and then the community, you know you're talking to me. So what we have done recently in the Power Apps community is we made a couple of changes. So first, what I want to talk about are our new community boards. Originally, we just had the Power Apps forum, which had over, I think, 30,000 posts. And it was just massive, and it was growing by each day because you guys are so awesome in the community and love to contribute to that discussion forum. However, because Power Apps is growing and we want to bucket certain areas of discussion that are happening on the community, we've decided to break up this forum into subject-specific areas. So our first section is general discussion. Now, this is self-explanatory. If you have a general question about Power Apps, post it here. If it has anything to do with Power Apps, or if you don't know where to post it amongst these certain boards, post it in general discussion. This was the original Power Apps forum. So you'll probably see a similar environment that you're used to from before.
Yeah. And I do want to point out that one of the key feedback that we got from the community on this is that You know, there's so many questions, right? And we want to do two things. We want to enable you to be able to post your specific concerns and learn in an environment where you're learning about what you're working on at this moment, right? So a general discussion puts you in with everything, and it can make it also difficult. We've gotten feedback to find things in there, right? But like, suppose I'm not working in just anything, but I'm specifically working on a connector. I'm specifically working on data schema, you know, for my app. Then I might want to go to a place where people are talking about that kind of thing, you know, where people are working with connectors, and or the connector team might even be engaged because they know that's where people are asking those questions. It also gives us this second layer of enabling the product owners and the product program managers to kind of get involved in these forums that specialize in things that you're doing. So what we're going to ask you is, you can continue to use the general discussion, but give us some feedback on these new ones that she's going to explain. Let us know if we're close to the mark as far as what you think is the right thing to do. And if you think you have suggestions where we could add or remove something, we are very open to that. Wouldn't you agree, Mackenzie?
Absolutely.
You know, we've taken a first cut on this based on what we've seen you post and kind of evaluated what you've been doing, and we pulled out these key areas. But definitely we'll adjust to kind of what our community wants. And we'll post this also on a blog so that the whole community who's not at the webinar today can watch this video. But we are looking for your feedback, and you can put it in the description area here in the Hangout, or you can put it into the forum ideas as well.
Yes, perfect.
Sorry to interrupt you, Mackenzie.
No.
Yeah.
That's perfect. And just off of that, I really do want to stress that we're not just randomly pulling out subjects and throwing them up there as a board. We have pulled each of these areas from your posts, what you guys are talking about. So I'm going to switch back to the...
just want to let you know, you got feedback from the community of people watching right now.
Oh, yes.
And it's good feedback. They're saying this is a good idea. Sandy said, great idea to break out the forum topics. Fausto said, I'm so glad you did that, because he also leverages that idea from Flow, which, by the way, Mackenzie did that too. So thank you for your feedback, guys.
Yes, surprise, surprise. I actually did the exact same thing in the Flow community. I'm taking my expertise now to the lovely PowerApps community.
Yes.
And so what I wanted to point out here, so right now I'm on the general discussion page, formerly known as the PowerApps forum. Yeah. Here, I've condensed all of our posts down to these labels. Now, a label, just as a reminder, when you go in and write a question, add a post, you're required to add one of these labels. So, for example, this is what I'm talking about here. So you can choose a label, either general questions, creating apps, using apps, flows, connecting to data, etc. So, Awesome. So what I did I think a few weeks ago is that I went in, I did a swan dive into this forum and pulled out every single piece of topic that people were talking about and bucketed them into these labels. From these labels, we've then created these new forums. And because, you know, so many people were talking about connecting to data already, 436, and we haven't even fully migrated a lot of these posts from these labels. Already 436 posts, that's a lot of discussion. And it's very specific to a part of PowerApps. Mm-hmm. And we want to provide these areas where you can take something that you're working on, or a question you may have specific to, you know, creating an app or a specific connector. You now have a place to go where you know your question is going to be geared towards that audience, towards that team, and really probably get an answer sooner rather than later.
Can I point out a few things here? So I just wanted to point out, you notice that you have a connecting to data, right, under the new forum. And then you also have, couple layers down, you have connectors. I just want to explain the difference, because we may merge these at one point, but I do want to explain the difference and then get your feedback on this. So connecting to data is going to be more about the the opportunity to connect to data, how you do that through functions and formulas, what things you need to be aware of as you're planning your data schema, what things you want to think about when you're using data with galleries and forms, tabular data versus non-tabular data, that kind of general, I'm connecting to data topic. Whereas the connectors forum is specific to our existing connectors. So the connectors that we are offering to you right now, which I think it's a little bit above 190 at this point, or 180, somewhere in that area, 180, 190. That's a lot of connectors, but we want to enable that forum on connectors to kind of get feedback on how you're using the connectors that we have released. Now, you can ask questions about those connectors there as well, but the connecting to data's forum is more broad. It's not about any specific connector. It's more about planning your data schema. How do you understand the difference between a tabular data source and a non-tabular data source? What kind of things can you do when it comes to maybe even custom APIs and things like that? So general connecting to data. Now, if you think we should merge these two together at some point, just let us know. But we thought it'd be a good idea to break these out. We also want to give visibility to our connectors team, to what you are posting under that topic, connectors, to help drive new features or new opportunities into the connectors that we're offering. So I hope that makes sense.
Yes, perfect, perfectly explained. And you know, a couple other clarification points here. So connecting to data is, as Audrey said, much more of a generalized discussion forum. Here, I also want to point out creating apps and using Power Apps. Now, the creating apps section, because I feel like this could be a little confusing for people. Creating Power Apps is the process of actually building your app.
Forms, controls, yes. Canvas, all the different panels and the commands.
Yes.
That's, you know, what do you create an app with? After you connect the data, the next thing you do is you build your app. You add screens, you add controls, those things there. What goes into making an app?
Right, perfect. Now, using the app, that's after you create the app. How does the app perform? You know, is it, you know, working? Are there any errors with, you know, apps?
Yeah, this is more about, I think the using, we want to think about that as more of a consumer focused kind of thing. If you've created an app, right? So you're a successful app maker, but how are the consumers experiencing that app? Is it performing well? Do you find that the apps are reliable? Do you have error messages in production? Do you have error messages doing testing? You don't want to make this a incident management queue though. So if you have an impact, a service impact that bottlenecks your system or your service, then you need to have a ticket. You need to go to our support tab.
Yes.
But let's discuss when you see errors coming up, you know, and you see things that seem to be continuously facing your consumers that make you don't feel successful with the production app that you made, then let's talk about that in this forum and see if we can create a kind of like a decision tree or some type of knowledge base to help you avoid and or improve performance issues.
Perfect. Yes. And again, what Audrey said, we want each one of these discussion forums to really stay true to it being a discussion forum, not an aggregated list of, you know, bugs.
Right.
We don't want something like that happening here. That is for support.
Exactly. Because the thing is, these forums, although they're extremely informative to you, they don't live under an SLA. Right?
Right.
And we wouldn't want to somehow miss something very important to your service, right? So that's why we want to capture that in the support model. But we definitely want to hear about how people are experiencing Power Apps. Now that we have the new analytics feature, for instance, you might want to talk about some of that in using Power Apps. Have you had problems getting adoption? You know, maybe you need help with getting people with governing Power Apps or getting people to use it, or, you know, getting your apps known and discovered, you know, those kind of things. How do we improve the experience of using Power Apps for the people who will be using the apps that have been made?
Correct. Perfect. So this is our new structure. like Audrey said before, we would love to get your feedback. This is very new, so take the time to play around with it, explore, see how it feels, see if you like it, if you have any suggestions. Definitely comment in the Hangout link here. Feel free to post in this forum directly about, your experience in this forum, or you can even message me. Here's my alias here, and I can provide that in the chat after we're done. But we want your community to be what you want, because this is for you, and we want to empower you guys to, speak up, demand excellence from us community people, because that's what we want to give you. So that was the first thing I was going to talk about, community boards here.
Can you talk a little bit about that expressions and formula?
Oh, sure. So this area, so it seemed like a lot of you guys were talking about formulas when creating apps. There was a lot of discussion around writing expressions and formulas within your Power App. Post all of those inquiries here. Again, this is something we may merge with creating apps.
Yep.
I figured that I would provide a specific space for formulas.
Yep.
However, this is your opportunity to say, hey, this really fits better in apps, or no, we like this as its own discussion forum.
Yep. And just one point on that. Recently, I started a series of videos called Friday Functions. Right?
Oh, perfect.
And Friday Functions videos are in support of a lot of personal private messaging I got that said, can we please slow down with the training of formulas? We know you're trying to do a lot of new stuff, but could you slow down and kind of give us a little bit more deep dive into formulas and how the expressions work, the syntax? And so I decided to every Friday post a video under the series of Functions Friday, which got a lot of positive feedback. So think of using this forum also in relation to those those videos that are released by me on Friday, as well as any article pages that may talk about formulas and functions. If you want to kind of give us feedback on how those article pages are helping or not helping you with functions and formulas, let us know. We will be consolidating all of the video content. So as you know, there's the videos that I publish. There's also videos on PowerApps Twitter feed. There's also a PowerApps YouTube channel. And so there might be videos that we have dispersed in different areas. We're going to bring them all into a video gallery on the community. That should be releasing early December. So look forward to seeing that. But you'll see the Friday Functions videos that'll be tagged Friday Functions, and you'll get you'll get 4 every month. So what I mean by that is that if we're off on a Friday, I might do 2 in 1 week, but you'll get 4 every month. All right. So just in harmony with that. We've heard your feedback about functions and formulas.
Awesome. And on that note, I was going to dive in to our next section. So in conclusion, community boards, this is our new structure. Please give us all your bits of feedback, both positive and negative. Again, we want to make this the best place for you. We want you to get the most value out of your community experience and these discussion forums.
Okay, so Mackenzie, were you going to talk about the events next? Or
yes.
Yes. Okay, because see, we don't just want you to be chatting and typing here. We want you to kind of get involved too, right?
Yes.
And join us for different events. And Mackenzie's planning something. Tell us about it, Mackenzie.
So our next section, I'm going to jump above to our news and events. We're hosting our second community AMA event this Thursday from 10 to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I don't know if you guys are on different time zones, but it is 10 to 11 Pacific. As you can see, I've added this adorable little side banner here. So if you click that, it'll take you to my announcement post that I posted yesterday. We hosted our first AMA back last December, so December 2016. It was hugely successful. You guys, I think we got, over 15 accepted solutions within that Q&A hour. A ton of people joined. We had a lot of great feedback from the product team here at Microsoft who answered your questions. And it seemed like a second AMA seems appropriate. Again, this will be your opportunity to ask questions and share feedback directly with us here on the PowerApps community with a team of people here at Microsoft who will be answering your questions in real time.
Yeah, you'll actually get to be able to ask questions directly to our product engineers.
Yes.
We will have at least 3 engineers, including 1 engineering manager, will be present for this AMA. So we got some real talent planned for this day, and take advantage. Come on board and ask your questions.
Right, and just like our AMA last time, we have set up a board. It's currently closed right now until we open it for the AMA, but here you'll find our, Microsoft guidelines on how to participate in an AMA, as well as our initial invitation for the AMA. And if you guys like swag, kudo this post and you'll be entered into a drawing to win a PowerApps t-shirt. So we definitely want you guys to join us this coming Thursday. We want you guys to ask your questions, prepare ahead of time. This would be a great opportunity to also provide feedback on the new structure. I will be there ready to answer any questions, get feedback from you guys. So yeah, definitely come and join us. We're really, really excited. Like Audrie said, we have
a thumbs up coming on
the
chat. Everybody's excited, so that's good. Yeah.
Awesome. Like Audrie said, we're going to have a great panel of experts here to answer your questions in real time. Yeah. We'd also love to provide a recap of the AMA if after it happens, as well as some of our top solutions hopefully earned from this AMA. So we really hope to see you there. And
understand that because people get really excited about AMAs, they come and with their list of questions and they're ready. There will be some questions that might not get answered. That's why that recap is going to get really important, because the recap is going to pick up on trends, like what was the most popular questions, the most popular answers, and we will continue to look at the AMA even after it's over and try to provide answers where they may not have been gotten that morning. But for the most part, everybody's going to be anxious to respond to your questions. There will be a recap to follow up in case your question gets missed during the 1 hour window.
Yes, absolutely. And another thing too is that once this AMA, closes, we're going to keep this board open for you guys to use as a reference point and a knowledge base to go back to, a certain question or a certain solution that you may have had. That, is an answer to a question you asked, a while back or something. So we really want this board to be of value to you both during the event and after. So come on down and join us. I'm super excited. This is one of my favorite parts of community, is to interact with you guys in real time, giving you guys answers to your questions, getting you guys involved in that conversation. So we really look forward to having you here.
So another thing I wanted you to kind of share with the team is we have been talking a lot about, how do we reward our community members? Like, we have a lot of regularly motivating community members. So Sandy, you've just been amazing.
Yes.
Sandy has been amazing, encouraging us from the community blog perspective. Daniel has been amazing. And, one of the things that drives in a successful community, and I think Mackenzie would agree, is that we're all engaged, including the community members. So we want to start rewarding those of you who make the effort to post blogs about what you're doing with the product, to answer other people's questions, because we know that that's something that you're doing on a volunteer basis based on your appreciation for what PowerApps is worth.
Yes.
And we want to reward that. And so we're going to start putting out mechanisms for you to gain rewards. So through gamification, that will always be related to app building, but also other methods that show you that we appreciate that you're contributing. So do you want to talk about some of those?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, just like Audrie said, you know, there are so many brilliant minds and experts that come to our community and just give it all the value in the world. So what we want to do is not only reward you guys, but recognize and showcase your work. We want to reward authors who get the most kudos, top kudoed authors, people who get the most accepted solutions. Not only do we want to reward you with either swag or a certain, you know, rank or level in the community, but we want to give you guys a shout out, whether that's on the community blog, whether that's on Twitter, whether that's on the product blog. We want to highlight and showcase all the awesome work and value that you put into the community. So we're working on ways to look for those top kudoed authors, those top solution members, people who post to the community blog regularly. And now with the community video gallery that's about to come out, people who want to share video content.
Yep.
People who want to contribute to our app gallery, which is currently being redone so that the experience is much better for you guys. But the more you contribute, the more we'll recognize you and reward you.
And recognition also includes amplification.
Right.
Right. We want to help show the world that you have talent in PowerApps.
Yes.
PowerApps as well. So we want to contribute by posting your links to your different blogs and your contributions via Twitter or other social feeds. We will continue to reward you also by recognizing you for your contributions. And we are paying attention. I'm sorry that you may not be visible right now, but we are looking to your contributions and we're saying, wow, this particular contribution or this particular answer added a great deal of value to the community. And so we're trying to look back with you to kind of find ways to reward you and recognize your contributions.
And on that note, we would love to get your feedback on what's most valuable to you as a top contributor. What's the most rewarding thing? Is it to be recognized? Is it to get an official shout out on Twitter? Is it to get, prizes or swag packs? Is it to get, a moderator ranking or badge? What do you guys want? What is the most valuable to you? Because that's what we want to do. We want to recognize all the hard work that you're putting in and give you that, allow the community to be a platform for you to shine.
And one more I want to add to that, because all of this is true, and Mackenzie, you're really making everybody's day. I'm getting applause and thumbs up and everything.
Good.
Mackenzie's been working really hard on this, guys, really looking closely at what you've been doing to try to find the right thing for you. But I want to add another thing, and that is our engineering teams are very interested in the production apps that you might be making. They want to know what you're doing with PowerApps. And so what I will do sometimes, and you can private message Mackenzie or myself if you want to do something like this, is that we expose through a presentation to our engineering team where you would actually be there either via Skype or in person if you're local, and you would talk about your solution and demonstrate what you've done and share with us what was great and what was difficult, right? And we listen to both with equal attention. We really want to know both what you did well and what was hard. And it helps us drive changes into the product. Hearing from the customers and hearing from the app makers has such a huge value to our engineering team. So if you want to share what you've been doing and you're able to give a short presentation, and when I say short, I'm talking less than 15-minute presentation on what you've done and what you got out of it or what you'd like in the future, please hit us up. Either Mackenzie or myself, hit us up and let us know about your project. And we're going to take these on a case-by-case basis. But we want to actually be able to feed all your feedback on what you've made as far as production apps to our engineers so that they can see that not only the value of their hard work, but where we need to go next.
Right. And just on that note, the community is so valuable, not only to myself and Audrie, but to the entire BizApps organization here at Microsoft. You guys are the ones that really drive progress here. And it comes from your ideas. It comes from your feedback. It comes from sharing. So, you know, again, another reason why you guys and the community is so valuable to us. And we want to give you that recognition and those spaces to share and showcase everything that you're doing. One thing that we are working on, and this will probably come after the new year. December is a crazy month. I'm sure everyone has Christmas plans and shopping lists to get done. But one thing that we will be working on is creating a better version of our community apps gallery. Now, if any of you guys are familiar with the Power BI data stories gallery, again, that is a showcase, and that's on the Power BI community. That is a showcase of everyone's work using the Power BI product. We want to do the same thing for you, provide an aggregated gallery of all the apps, all the work that you guys are doing, so you can showcase it to other people, to your peers, to experts, to our engineering team, and we want to provide you with that platform to share apps, even if you don't want to do a presentation, you just want to share and get feedback on what you're doing. That is the place to do that. Again, this will come probably after the new year, but we want to transform the community from just a place to talk and discuss to that platform for you to shine and for you to get that recognition and connect with others, connect with us. So we're going through a transformation now. I am fairly new to specifically the PowerApps team, but so far it's just been so exciting to see all the positive discussion, all the opportunity that we have here. So I feel very privileged and honored to be your community manager and to work with everyone, to work with Audrie, who is just, the best. To giving you guys, the community experience better than anything.
Okay, so here's what we're going to ask Mackenzie. So you have a lot of good stuff. Cool. So first, these forums, we're all going to get involved, right?
Yes.
Me too. We're all going to get involved.
All going to do it.
And using these forums, we want to give us feedback on the selection of forums we've made. If you want to post ideas, you can direct message Mackenzie on what you think as far as the breakout of the forums, all right? Don't hesitate to do that. Also, since we promised you gamification and rewards, Mackenzie, can we give them more detail on that by the second week in December, you think?
You bet we can.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yes. And so far, I've pulled a lot of data just from your community activity.
Yeah.
And we will be reaching out to those top members, to you guys who are in the community every day.
Yeah.
We're going to recognize you very, very soon. I will provide details.
So if you notice on the right side of the screen here, there's a featured topics area. We're going to add a featured topic about the rewards and the gamification.
Yes.
And that will give you a chance to go review it and look at it and see if you want to get involved. And of course you do, right? I know you do. So we'll get that posted. The last thing was we have that webinars and video forum.
Yes.
That's going to have the videos that comes from Audrie's channel and other contributing channels, so that we can bring into one video gallery everything. The only thing that won't be in the video gallery will be the guided learning, because
yes.
we're actually we're in the process of improving guided learning and making it more targeted. In the past, 6 months, I would say, we recorded an additional 50 videos. And so we're deciding on where these videos will go and where they will land. But we are working on a lot of training content. Want to let you know that too.
Yes.
And so look forward to that early 2018 to kind of see the big improvements in how guided learning works and how you can get trained on using PowerApps.
Yes, and if you guys do have video content that you want to share,
Yes.
Please let me know.
Yes.
This video gallery should be up in the next, 2 weeks. So we want people to contribute.
Yes. It'll have a special tag.
Yes.
So we'll have filters, right? So you can filter down into, partner videos or community member videos versus, say, videos like Functions Friday. That's a specific series and a specific topic. So when you'll see the video library, you'll see the different filters that you can filter into.
Yes.
Feel free to reach out to us and give specifics on what video content you would like to see as well.
Absolutely.
But I like that Mackenzie just brought out, and I hope you all heard her clearly. She said you can contribute video, and that's huge. So that means if you have a YouTube video on your YouTube channel for your business and it's about PowerApps or about Flow, we'll be so glad for you to add that. It'll be so easy. You'll just copy the URL and then you'll add the video and it'll show up. It'll just light up in our community. So, and then everybody will be able to like them. Now, where the likes come in really important, once we get these videos in the community and you're able to like the videos, the count of the likes help us see what you like the most. They also help us to see what is not so helpful to you. Right? So if we see a video has no likes whatsoever, we might actually pull it down. You know what I mean? It's like, so we want to know how your response to the videos that you see. And if we notice that you're in a certain area, you're just liking up a storm, then we'll start making more videos on that topic. So based on what you like, we will drive our upcoming videos.
Yes. And likes, one last thing about likes, it also adds to that rewards and recognition program that we want to start. Whose content is getting the most likes? We want to showcase that, and we want to recognize and reward that.
Yeah.
So the more engagement, the more opportunity there is for you, for your work, and for us to improve the product as a whole.
Yeah. So I really hope that all of this information is kind of exciting you, because over the past, I would say, I guess 8 months or so, we have been discussing and working on and analyzing and talking to everybody, offline. And today is our day to say, okay, we've decided what we're going to do for the first phase, and we're going to roll that out in the next month and a half. But then we're going to update it and change it, because we're very agile on the PowerApps team, and it's more important what you think, right?
Yes.
So we made some assumptions. We want you to validate our assumptions. And if you do, we'll keep doing it. If you don't, we'll stop doing it and we'll do something else, okay? So we are here to help you use PowerApps and to help you get it adopted as well in your environments, right? Wherever you might be working. Are there any questions on what we've had so far? Do you have any questions for Mackenzie?
Yes.
Here she is. She's available.
Yes. And again, if the questions are not all asked today, we have this lovely AMA event happening this Thursday.
Yeah.
But I am here to answer your questions as of right now.
Yeah. So if I don't see any questions in the chat, what we can do is close up for today. Give you back a little bit of time, because I think we've covered everything. Does everybody know how to private message? Is there a way you could show them real quick?
Sure.
Message.
So going up to the home page of your community, you click messages. You're probably going to see some of mine. So you go to private messages, compose new message, send to. So you just type in the username. This is my username. Subject, hello. You write your body. You can add, a photo, a video, links, smileys, bolds, italics, whatever. And then you click send message. I did not have a new message, or I did not write anything in there, but this is how you get new messages. This is my name here, admin Mackenzie.
I chatted it out to everybody too.
Oh,
and
perfect.
I'll put it in the video description as well for people who come and watch the video later.
Fabulous.
And we get all of your messages. Now, here's the one thing I will say about private messaging. You would not want to private message any general questions about PowerApp. They should fit into the forums, right?
Right.
The private messages is more for, okay, I want to get involved in something and I want to discuss that with you, Mackenzie, or I suggest we add a new forum and I wanted to tell you why privately first, kind of thing. But if it's a general question about PowerApps, let's try and get those into the forum. That way you won't have to wait on our availability, right?
Right.
Because there's somebody monitoring these forums all the time. Whereas our messages, we may be on conference, we may be unavailable for a couple of days, we might not get back to it immediately.
Right. And, you know, rule of thumb, post to the forums first.
Yeah.
If it's, you know, again, a specific inquiry, or if it's, you know, something specific to your community experience where you
your
need
alias
your alias
Yeah.
or any sort of help with your account or just community focused questions, definitely reach out to me. This is why I'm here.
Yes. And she's awesome at it. So I mean, I am impressed. You know, I haven't worked with a lot of community people, but Mackenzie has really blown me away with her ability to be customer focused. She's focused on this community. She's focused on what matters most to you.
Yes.
I notice I don't see any questions, and so what I'm going to do for today is I'm going to close this video down. Could you stop sharing just so we can say goodbye face to face?
Stop sharing. So,
all right. Thank you so much for coming today. I really hope this is helpful. Please get engaged any way you can. We're just so grateful for your engagement, whether it be asking a question or giving an answer or contributing a video or writing a blog. Whatever you do, we want to know. We want to hear from you. PowerApps is very excited about how quickly we've grown in this first year. And because of you, we can grow even more in the next year. So thank you so much. And I look forward to doing more things with you. Happy Power Apping.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.